This is not good. My quest to replace all of the flesh beavers with robot beavers is somehow, some way being destroyed. Or maybe I should just get them a couple of charging stations here and there. Is this just due to the fact that I have so many robot beavers now that they are, yeah, all out of power? I guess I gotta add a whole lot more of these power stations. Probably a good idea. The only problem is that I don't really have a lot of space where I can actually place these things down. Because I have been building up a lot of stuff lately. I mean, I've been putting my beavers through the paces. Let's say. Yeah. Maybe what I could do is just add a bunch more over here. Maybe we want to do like an above ground charging station. I mean, they've specifically made these charging stations a 1x1 square, so they're really small. So you can probably plug them in anywhere, but I, for some reason, do not have any space. Not proud of it, but it's because I take very good care of my beavers, you know? We can add a bunch over here, I guess. Yeah, I have a little spot over here, a little bit of dead space right over here that I can probably put a couple of charging stations next to. Where is that again? It's under power over here, and then... No. Under science over here, and then... Yes, charging station. Alright, we have room for 2 more. I would add a 3rd, but then I can't actually connect the power line. I mean, that's better than nothing. If you guys could maybe make this priority 9, that would be great. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit. So, I have some... Ah, right, these are also empty now. You can actually destroy these. Sick. So, I'm building up very, very large tube lines. So, I wasn't entirely sold on the lack of zip lines that this species of beaver has. Because I really, really like the zip lines. But, I'm starting to get to the point where maybe I actually like these guys better. Because the tubes are just so sweet. The tubes allow them to travel back and forth so quickly. And I'm still just on a single district. Normally you have to like run a bunch of different districts all in one go. Here's my district center. Basically the lines get more and more red the further away they are from home. And this is not even like the reddest of the reds yet. You know, like this is the furthest away they can go from my base. And it's fine. Like they can actually just travel back and forth without too much trouble. So I figured we'll set up way more of these tube stations. And we'll try to build even more of these aqueducts, you know? Like, the Romans would be proud of me. What would the Romans do is what I ask myself on a daily basis. Well, maybe that's a bad question to ask, but... At the very least, I'm hoping they would do, yeah, they would be impressed. I should probably have charging at the end of every single one of those lines. That would probably be the best thing to do. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, thank you very much, Kasten. For the 6-7 month resub. Gen Alpha.
Low, high, low, high, low, high.
Thank you also, Piggle. Appreciate you. That's so funny, man. I love the number 6 and 7 so much. Okay, so I have a little charging station over here. And then I'll add a bunch more over here too, I guess. Yeah. Thanks, huh? Had je al nagehaald? Ja hoor. Is that the coffee lady? I don't know if she likes being called the coffee lady. That's my current wife. My ex-girlfriend, because she's now my current wife. How about that term? I feel like I should be able to call her that. She didn't hear me, thankfully. Have some respect. Ex-girlfriend, yes, that's right. What, you guys don't like... You guys don't like language, clearly. If you are bothered by this, language is clearly not what you enjoy. Yo, we could maybe make another one over here. Hold up. I could put another one down just like so. Okay. Toby wanted in and then he left. Yo, I'm trying to power up my beavers, man. I have... Ooh. I have a lot of bots out of power and a lot of injured beavers, too. Yeah, we gotta work on this. Can't say I love it. This needs power to operate because I haven't been supplying the steam engine in a bit. Gotta be a little careful, man. Maybe the transition from flesh beaver to robot beaver is going a little too fast. Now, I was building this absolute abomination right over here. This is going to be my new area of operations, I suppose. I'll just pause it for the time being, because this is way too many, I mean, they shouldn't be prioritizing working here yet. This is basically my next, you know, production area right over here. I did add some charging stations in this area too, but... maybe I add some more? You can hit... oh, you had P to pause? Yeah, you can do that. It's okay. We could add some extra charging right up here. It should do the trick. I just gotta plant down a load of charging stations. There we go. It's important to charge your beavers, guys. This is something that many gamers forget. You always think it's about wood, moisture, that sort of thing. But you gotta power it up. Yeah. Just like the coffee over here. Oh. Now, ultimately, right, I want to make sure that I have a bunch of regular flesh beavers. But I think what I'm going to do is basically give them retirement. Like, this is how I imagine in real life when the robots ultimately take over. I basically imagine that then for the rest of us humans, that's gonna be a life of leisure, you know? Like, basically all the work is already done and robots are gonna run it. The reality is probably that humans instead will be GGing out because the robots have taken over and we serve no longer any purpose at all. But, you know, this is a video game in the end, right? So we try to go for the more approachable and maybe a more fun approach for us. Look at them still working, man. Those are the robot beavers. They don't need to sleep. They're just hanging out. Another drought approaching. Okay. Construction lacks materials over here. It's okay. It's okay. This is where we're gonna start pumping up some of that bad water. I already have some of it being pumped up over here too, but I actually don't have enough beavers for it, it seems. Okay. Maybe I should unpause these pods for now. You're Canadian, you cannot confirm that wait, really? Beavers have larger wings than often depicted? Wait a second. Beavers in Canada have wings? Oh no. I think that confirms my suspicion, guys. It's time to get rid of Canada. It's the only result that I think everybody can be happy with. Let's just get it out of here. Exterminatus. I believe I've read a Warhammer book about this exact subject. Except it wasn't about Canada, but it could have been. Maybe it should have been. We're chugging along quite well, though. All memes aside, Timberborn is progressing very nicely. I can even start using this this mine over here. I'm actually also gonna pause that. I don't really want to get rid of all my treated planks. Well, we do need a lot of metal, but I think we can just harvest the ruins over here and it will be okay. There are more ruins, by the way, for us to harvest. Like, for example, these over here. I wonder if I should just keep expanding. I kind of feel like I should. I mean, I have big projects currently. Oh, wait a second. Are they pretty much all done? Yo, they're pretty much all done. Oh, sick. Very nice. That does allow me as well to get rid of some of these tube stations that I already built. Because I don't really like the way that some of these are laid out. Like, I want everything to now be in the skies. That does mean I have to get, like, an exit right over here near the energy district, which is this spot right over here. But I guess we'll begin by destroying all of this. Yeah. Where we are going, we don't need any of this stuff. So, what I realized is that it's actually the best thing to just build all of the tubes above your existing roads. It seems to be the most efficient way of doing things. Oh, I deleted some resources there. Let me see if I can just mass delete these, actually. Now that's everything that's left over. There we go. 75 planks is honestly kind of sick. Yeah. Everybody just go pick it up. Yep. So some of my tubes are also going through the mountain. A little difficult to see. I figured a mountain pass would be fun back then, but a long time ago, you know. That's like 10 hours of game time ago. That's Loco from the past we're talking about. I'm sure everybody knew that that guy was an idiot. Okay. Why is this one not deletable? Hello. I hope I didn't accidentally destroy something important. But as we all know, Loco from the past is an idiot, and Loco from the present is Loco of the past in the future. So the odds are pretty large. Let's just say that, yeah. It's significant enough to take a note of. Alright, so I do have to add an exit right over here to my tubeway station. So this is where my, yeah, this is where my power station is located. And we want to make sure that the guys can actually get over here reasonably nicely. I like having the tube stations up in the air, so I think that's what we'll put this one to. There we go. Hey, Dr. Drakenstein. Thank you. Glad you still enjoy. Or glad you forgot to cancel. Either of the two. Wait, no. Wait, no. Glad you still enjoy, man. We need one little step over here. I could redo the scaffolding. Seems like a lot of effort now. So let's just make it all a little bit cursed, shall we? A little bit cursed. I mean, I don't mind the staircases to be a little cursed. I know it's not optimal, but it looks kind of neat. There's something about it that I like. Yeah, actually, that was Dr. Drakenstein subbing with Prime. Good point. That is a manual resub. Big. Alright, you guys should really make that tubeway station, though. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Do these tubeway stations have exits in the back? They do. We could make a little path in that direction too, I guess. I mean, we don't even need to put a tube station on every intersection. Just kind of naturally seems to happen on my end, but... yeah, this is all really sweet, guys. I think the most logical thing to do is harvest this over here, too. Ooh, there's some aquifers right over here. 2 of them, even. So this is a natural district for us to aim for. We do have some bad tide drains right in this spot, though. That's a bit weird. Oh, we're maxed out on log storage? That's crazy. What's up, Altron? These are beavers, yeah. You have a sharp eye. Or maybe you're a beaver expert. Who knows? You are Canadian after all? There you go. Did you hear about me talking about Canada just a couple minutes ago? I hope not. No. This looks like a really good spot, guys. What? I didn't say anything. Don't worry about it. I express my love for Canada. Oh, Canada. You're just lucky we like to apologize. You know, I have met many Canadians, and they all do seem to really fit the stereotype of being very friendly. Like, usually stereotypes are a bit of a reach in my experience. But the Canada stereotype, I do feel like all Canadians I've met are very nice. Or maybe they're just nice to me, I don't know. But my sample size is solid. One day Canada will rule the world and then y'all be sorry? There is a natural dam right over here. Damn it. I think we have to go the other way. I don't like this anymore. I've never actually been to Canada. I almost did a StarCraft tournament in Canada, but then that kind of didn't work out in the end. But, I was very close to going to Canada, and I was very excited about it. Sadly, that fell through, man. Well, I want to tell you guys the story why, but I don't think I can. Let's just say it fell through for the dumbest reason. All right. I think that's the way. No. It did have nothing to do with visas, no. Actually, I don't even really know what sort of visa you need to go to Canada. It's one of the life hacks of having a Dutch passport, dude. It's very chill. You just kind of get to go places without people making a fuss. It's a bit weird. Like, I know people need, like, loads of visas for many, many things, but... yeah, actually, as a Dutchman, I think it's very easy, because there is quite a history between the Netherlands and Canada. You generally do not need one. There you go. You do have to Okay, you get an electronic travel authorization for $7. All right. Yeah. You guys did birth a Dutch royal. This is true, but fun fact, because this was during World War II, and basically, like, the Dutch royal family, they fled the country and went to Canada. They basically just noped out of there, right? But in order for what was this? The queen, the future queen at the time, to still be born on Dutch soil, apparently they declared a very small little bit of space in Canada Dutch soil. So therefore, she was still born in the Netherlands, even though, you know, she was in North America. Shout out to Canada. It's really dumb, but I guess it works. The royal loophole. Yeah, this is even better than the poop hole loophole, which is one of my favorites. Yeah, the Dutch did a little bit of colonization in the 1940s. Many countries were kind of past that at that point, but we were still doing it, man. What's the poop hole loophole? I don't think we can talk about the poop hole loophole on stream. I've only ever heard of the poop hole loophole, for what it's worth. I'm sure it's a real thing that people do apply, though. Yeah, look, in France, you guys didn't even have a king anymore in the 1940s, Techno. Come on, man. You guys would have brought out the guillotine in Canada. Which, you know, they did flee to Canada to, you know, basically leave the country during the World War. So maybe we should have brought a, you know, maybe you guys were onto something. You're gonna Google that loophole on your company Wi-Fi and laptop? Okay, do it. Do it. Really? Wait, in France there's still a couple of dudes pretending to be the legitimate heirs of the throne? So, like, if stuff really hits the fan and somehow the government is no longer working, like, Louis the 19th is gonna be here? The Bourbon and Orléans? Oh shit, they still fly this sort of thing as well? They have a coat of arms? Current head is Jean d'Orléans, Count of Paris. Wait a second. Wait a second? They still call themselves princes and princesses? It's not recognized by anyone, though? Ah. Interesting. Gotta be careful, though, because if you get a little bit too aggressive with this sort of thing in France, they will bring out the guillotine. Yeah. They keep calling themselves that, and the state just sort of lets them? Smart. The title is worth about as much, though, as the scam titles you can buy in Scotland. Dude, I listened to a podcast. This is called Man Man Man, the podcast, in the Netherlands. It's a Dutch podcast. Anyways, one of them got them as, like, a gift, one of those gag presents of being, like, a lord in Scotland, where you can, like, buy, like, a piece of land and then declare the person that you give it to a lord or a lady. They took this so far that they actually decided to go visit the piece of land in Scotland. They actually flew over there and did a whole road trip and everything. And apparently it does technically exist. There is literally, like, it's like 30 by 30 centimeters of land that is legally technically there. Yeah. But it is about as meaningless. That's true. Oh, snap. There's a lot of unrecognized royals in the chat right now. I see. What we definitely need to do, guys, is block off these bad water tides. So I can fill up the little aquifer drill here. And then start grabbing this piece of terrain for ourselves. I feel like this is the logical expansion path, actually. Maybe I should have gone here first. Kind of feels like it should have been. The first location that I visited. You're not a royal, but yet a Nigerian prince reach out to you? Yo, very nice. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, we gotta plug this hole. It's a lot of wood over here. There we go. I think we'll harvest this first, and then we'll head on over in that direction somewhere. I have a lot of logs now. Yeah. Just like in Factorio, you know, I once upon a time didn't have enough logs. So the factory grew, and now I have way too many logs. And I'm running into new bottlenecks. The main bottleneck right now, though, is labor. Which is not such a bad bottleneck to have, really. I don't quite understand how this area over here is not as moist as I expected it to be. Like, look, I have moisture. I don't understand. Do I have to knock this down another level? Like, do we have to do even more? Or do I just keep making a tunnel? Oh, if you dig it wider, it will spread further? Ah, okay. I can make the tunnel a little bit wider. I just want to create a little bit of land here. That's all I'm trying to do. I just want to give these guys another source of food, because food seems to make them happy. It's snowing where you're at? Oof. It's very cold over here too, man. I went for a run this morning. It's really weird, because like 2 weeks ago I went for a run, and it was like sunny. I didn't have any running shorts that actually were like nice, so I got some new running shorts. And they like came in, and since then, it's just been cold. Like, it's been gross and disgusting. Today is just raining, and I don't know. Not a good time. It's raining and snowing right now where you're at, Vinestark? Ugh. It's supposed to be springtime, okay? What did we do to deserve this? We burnt a bit of oil and a bit of coal. Just a smidge. Yeah, Vinestark lives in Iceland, though. We don't even really know if that place is even real. Could be fake. Actually, I think I'm gonna... You know what I can do? I can actually just get rid of some of the trees over here. I have too many trees as it is. And this is prime real estate for crop growing, right? Because if this place runs out of moisture, then yeah, we should grow new trees up here instead. We should grow the trees up here. This will be oak land. There we go. And then this stuff over here can be destroyed. And then we can grow new crops in this region instead. So I'm already growing a lot of kohlrabi. Now, we've been full on kohlrabi for a while. I already have a lot of cassava as well. Let us go ahead and mark all of this for destruction. And then we can replace it with something that will hopefully be a little bit nicer. Can my farmhouses reach that far, though? No, it doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, my flesh beavers do still require food. Because they're a bunch of losers. They have that weakness of the flesh. It honestly disgusts me. So rather than using nice clean electricity generated by burning a little bit of wood, instead, right, get this. Instead, they require calories. Calories and like scheduled daily downtime. It's disgusting, honestly, dude. I hate it. Chemical energy is still energy, that's correct, yeah. But it's just so messy. They don't like hardwood? I think some beavers do like hardwood, actually. That's my experience. But, they have other needs, too. Okay, soybeans it is. No, actually, we need to kind of move into canola oil at some point. What about eggplants? Do you guys think beavers like eggplants? The developers of the game fucking knew, right? Like, they are well aware of all the beaver puns. The one food source, the ultimate food source for these beavers is eggplant. They must think themselves so funny. Making beaver innuendos. I would never do that. That's beyond me. I'm not that childish. I'm a mature gamer. That's true. Look, I totally did not accidentally make a giant control tower with 2 charging stations right next to it. Actually, that one was an accident. I play video games for a living. I do. Beaverbot 6.7 broke down? Yo, Gen Alpha. Do the thing. Do the thing. Okay, sorry. Right, sorry, man, you guys are distracting me. I gotta do the thing. I gotta do the thing. Nothing to do in a range? Oh, okay. You guys are fired. Congratulations. We are giving money to this dude, by the way. Whoa, was that him dying? Wait, 68 also broke down. You know what that means? Millennials in the chat? Gen Z in the chat? You know who's gonna be breaking down next? That. Oh, I can't wait for number. Okay, we're gonna have to wait though. No, you guys are too excited. Well, hold up. So that does answer my question, by the way. Apparently the robots do die. Which is very sad. I cry every Tim. I think we'll do soybeans next, because I already have the fermentation set up. Yeah, we do indeed need more, we do need... Oh, Ironbolt 99 is created. We do need a secondary setup, it seems, for more robots. Yeah, I did miss the first 66 corpses. I apparently did. That's really weird, because I normally never miss things that are happening in the middle of my screen. It's completely out of character. It wasn't until the funny number, though. I think Wardy just misclicked. I just got a giant pop-up saying Wardy wants to collaborate. Stream together StarCraft 2. I would imagine he's not meaning to do that. But let me just check in my Discord real quick. Nope, he has not sent me a message either. Just accept for fun. I would, but I have used this system on Twitch before and it oftentimes bugs out. And then the only way for it to actually get shut down is by ending the stream. I'll send him a screenshot. I think Wardy probably snuck into my channel and then accidentally did the thing. Hello. I'll send him hello. Alright. Yo, can you guys please kill this tree? Oh, Wardy just canceled it. Hey! Did you see that dead body? That was Ironbot 69. Whoa. Apparently we're immediately vacuum cleaning him up. Actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the trees over here too. We don't need birches anymore. I don't really know exactly how many soybeans we're going to need in order to ferment the whole thing. I did already make storage over here. No, that's for mushrooms. So this is cassava. This one needs to be soybeans. Yeah, soybeans. And then this recipe over here needs to be fermented soybeans. There it is. Now I know what you're thinking. Fermenter. Actually, this would be a nice little spot over here for some more charging. There we go. Not bad. We're gonna enable this one too. Oh, Wardy misclicked. He didn't actually want to talk to me, chat. No. I just, you know, it is what it is. You know what that means, though? We can go ahead and build up another stack right over here. Wait, my fermented cassava is all empty? Oh. Dudes. We have a shit ton of cassava. But are we not fermenting it fast enough or something? What's happening here? Ooh, okay. Maybe these need to be reasonably high priority now. Actually, I think the priority I had... Sorry, I'm gonna set it back to what I already had previously. Yeah, I think we need to set it backwards. Why is this not working then? I should probably also enable this thing again, because I really don't have enough of it. Yeah, flesh beavers were the bottleneck, I think. Dude, I hate flesh. It's disgusting. This game is called Timberborn, Flaccid. Is your nickname actually Flaccid Dude, I make too many wiener jokes, and now you joined the chat and your nickname is Flaccid Phallus? Alright. I'm not surprised you're interested in beavers. He seems eager. Yeah, he's an eager beaver. Nothing to be ashamed of. My power is coming in over here. We can currently supply 5,200. And we're only consuming 1,000 horsepower at the moment. All of this should be hooked together. Wait. Oh, dude, this loco guy from the past. Who invited this loco guy from the past? What an idiot. Remember when I did that entirely unnecessary deconstruction of this area because I didn't think it looked nice? Me neither. Wait, is this still connected somehow? No, it's not. It should be connected. Yeah, there it is. It's all connected again. So that should also make the fermentation go by a little bit better. We are supplying plenty though, which is pretty great. Wait, did something change about this bot part? Oh, wait, it's because I'm a couple levels down, that's why. Oh, we actually have... Oh, curious. Why is this not being made fast enough? I guess it is just not being made fast enough because we, Yeah. I didn't have enough power. So things do run when you have not enough power. They just don't run fast enough. I guess I had a little bit of backup power here coming in through these wheels, but... Alright, we have a bad water tide coming in. Hey, Grim! Thank you very much. Dankjewel, man. As we say in the Netherlands. Dankjewel, gozer. Kerel. Which one do you prefer? Kerel, gozer, or man? Both are reasonable. Actually, all three are reasonable. Gast? You prefer gast? Wait, that was not Grim answering it. Are you Grim's spokesperson? Damn. Grim has a guy in the chat. What's going on, Guru? No. These are bobbers, yes. Kurwa is not necessary. I know about 3 words of Polish. I know all the important words, let's just say. Okay, can we also please delete this? So I can go ahead and plant down a little bit more of these soybeans. There we go. All you know is kurwa, and that's about half the vocabulary. I do think they have more words than that in Polish. You can usually recognize Polish words by 20 character words with about 2 vowels in them. With many C's and Z's right next to one another, and you have no clue how to pronounce any of it. That's usually how I recognize it. Yeah, C-Z-E-D. Dude, exactly. Can you write? Yeah, that's just... This looks extremely Polish to me. C, Z, C, Z, Y, K, all of it right next to one another. It's perfect. Yeah, my Polish is non-existent. So I really hope Bella is not gonna suddenly turn out to be Polish, you know? Like, if she suddenly speaks Polish, I wouldn't be able to communicate with my own daughter. That would be a problem. I would have to get like a Duolingo sponsorship or something. Yeah, what if her first word is curva? I mean, I'd be proud, but confused at the same time. Okay. Am I not saying it right? Oh, don't say it out loud. She may be listening. Nah, it's okay. I don't think her vocabulary is that significant yet. Soybeans. Fermented ones. Yeah, fermented soybeans. Let's go. My favorite. Okay, so we do have a little bit of a situation right now. Bad water is gonna be bad. So we should really be stopping this spinning over here. I have a pressure limitation on this water seep, and I obviously got this levee built around it. So this may actually already sort it out. Look, they're even still showering, dude. Hey, what's going on, peas and carrots? Guten Tag. Aquifer drills never generate bad water? Wait, really? Oh. Yeah, this is a map called Oasis. So rather than a running river, you start with a water seep like this. A source of water with a limited pressure. Oh, look, this place is coming along very nicely. It seems, though, that they can't quite finish the job, so we'll make a couple of temporary stops, and we'll then go from there. This map is really nice, actually. I highly recommend it. What's going on, hero? I have lots of wood, actually. Yeah. I have more wood right now than I've ever had before. Thank you for asking. I need to just harvest the map. Like, we should just take the entire world of its natural resources, just like in real life. Harvest the world, make it an empty place. For you and for... Well, actually, not for you and for me. For the future generations. But we will all long be dead. If you care enough for the... Okay. So, we have another gigantic dam right over here. There's even a geothermal field right over there, down on the low ground. Not sure what I'm gonna use it for. I kind of like that this area is underground, like, so it looks cool. Oh yeah, one thing I do want to do is get the irrigation barrier. Yeah, so I want to try and make like a full barrier all the way around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. And I think that this will probably sort out the bad water on the ground here. So we can keep the bad water. I mean, it's going to be real expensive. I could just plug the hole. But I think, like, I don't really understand how this works. I think this basically just gets rid of the... I think it's fine. Oh, this thing just stops pumping. It's just no longer pumping. That's the difference. I did build a bunch of dams already, though, as it is. Okay. Did we finish the little journey over here? We did. So now we destroy the pipe, because they can make stuff from inside of the tube. And then we plant down a station. Can you build stuff while you're inside of the tube in London? Does anybody know? Because my beavers seem to be perfectly capable of it. I would really like it if you guys harvest the ones in the middle first. But I don't know if I can set up a priority system. Nah. So we still have this old school one going back and forth between the residential area and then the current area. I could destroy it, but they're still using it a lot, so I think I'll just keep this one around. Maybe it's not a bad idea. This is basically the AI uprising, yeah. So this was perfectly normal, right? Like, that was really fine. Not a big deal at all. Kind of awesome how that worked. I would like to do blueberries. Maybe I can just, like, build up a temporary area over here as, like, a backup plan. And then we use this high ground area for blueberries. A temporary one. And then we get rid of the blueberry situation over here. So I want to plant down blueberries up on the high ground so then we can dedicate this space to, well, maybe more soybeans. You just need to plant the blueberries one time. And they will just sort of be there. Like, the bushes will just permanently be in that location. So you can destroy the forester again afterwards. Dude, Laurent's aunt is over? And she has been vacuuming for like an hour and a half at this point, dude. She was like, hey, can I come over and like help you guys clean? And Laurent was like, yes, sure. I think the microphone is doing a good job of not picking it up. Yeah. Our house has never been this clean before. Shout out to her. Hey, why are things not building when I tell you guys to build them? This is some bullshit, man. I need you guys to listen. And do the job you're assigned to do. Alright, sorry. I mean, I'm not really sorry, but I pretended I am. I would like to do more bot factory thingamajigs right over here, I think. Just don't really know what the best way of doing it is. Maybe we can do like a bot farm production in the hills. That would be fun. At this point, we're basically just looking for aesthetics. That's my new primary motivation right now. We want to build a gigantic bot assembler. I need at least 2 because apparently you can have about, I don't know, 30 or so bots at a time for every bot facility that you've got. Seems to be about right. I don't really know exactly what the bottleneck is though. So they require 4 limbs. What is the bottleneck here? Like, what is the problem? Why are you guys... So I have many chassis, heads, and limbs all at the same time. But I guess just not enough bot assemblers? I mean, we can build this quite literally anywhere. I kind of want to do it over here, though, because it's the... It's close to the power line. Yeah, maybe haulers are the main bottleneck, honestly. I guess that is the main bottleneck, actually. I have a hauling post right over here somewhere. Oh, wait, do I not have a hauling post anymore? No, I do. Ah, yeah, I do. I just need more dudes. I'm making loads of heads. Like, the main way to get ahead in life is to make heads. I kind of would like to set this area up, even though it's going to be kind of inefficient and not very... I kind of want to set this up over here. I think it'd be fun. I know, playing games for fun. Kinda cringe. So we're gonna need storage of bot parts. So these can store 200. These can store 1,200. I mean, I need something with 800, but I guess we can just kind of run it like so. $200 is more than enough. I could also run it like so. I mean, it would work like this. So we can do limbs. Limbs. I think we should start pronouncing the B in limb again. What do you guys think? Like, it's not like we're randomly saying... Like, we're just skipping the D in the word head. Okay. Chassis. There we go. Chassis. Add the S back to that word. What are we, French? Didn't think so. Didn't hope so. Putain. Didn't start streaming in English to start using French words. This would be the end of line, though, if I put it over here. If I ever wanted to go across, we could go through the back. Yeah, this is fine. So I'm building a little bit of a stilt right over here so they can fit. There we go. And then I'm gonna need many bot assembling. Right over here. Need a bunch of them. I don't really know exactly how many we need, but we'll just plant them down like so. We're gonna be assembling a lot of bots. Look, my plan to get rid of these fleshy beavers is real, okay? Many of you think it's a joke. I never joke about such things. When it comes to beavers, I'm always very real. I'm for real, for real. Like, low-key, no cap. Okay, so this can be bot limbs. Bot limbs. So how fast do you guys produce limbs? What is the recipe? Oh, it's actually just straight up identical. Like 4 times 4.5 hours is 18, right? So it's literally the same. It took you 18 years to produce a full set of limbs? That's crazy, dude.
26 years with the man who has conquered the wet beaver. So how about a beaver joke? Why don't people trust beavers? Because they have a damn problem.
Yeah. Thank you very much. McIverix. That's how you pronounce it, by the way, chat. McIverix. Not Mickey Verix. I refuse, though. Thank you very much. I'm the only person on this platform that actually pronounces it correctly. Wait a second, you watch other streamers? Whoa!
I asked
Hey,
the
peace.
beaver to name 2 bodies of water. They said, well, damn.
Very nice. I will say those are pretty good. Ba-da-ba-da-bow. Oh, dude, we are gonna have so many robots. As a Factorio player, you have this deep-seated urge to mass-produce robots? The factory must grow, damn it! I mean, this is nice. We could even add... You know, one thing I don't have for my beavers... they are very... Like, I've not focused on any sort of, like, happiness really at all. Hey, we have an out of 69. Haha, nice, funny number.
What did the beaver say to the tree? Nice gnawing you.
Thank you very much. Bad miracles. We could go ahead and add a campfire. Campfires, rooftop terraces, that sort of thing are actually no-brainers. I don't really necessarily want them, but we can add a bunch of them over here for now and just sort of let them. Ultimately, though, I would like to dedicate one of my areas just for leisure. Beavers need leisure too, guys. You guys always think it's about working around the clock. But that's not what it's all about. Is there a hype trend going on because of beaver punts? Thank you, guys. Robot beavers don't need leisure? Yeah, but we have more than just robot beavers. I do want to loop up my beavers, actually. We'll have to think about lubrication as well. I have this, grease factory. A factory that produces slippery grease that makes bot machines run smoother. I love it. Big fan. I can put my loop manufacturing over here. It's not a big deal. Where do we store the loop, though? So it takes water and sciencey thingies. And then they can produce it right over here. Medium chance of injury. An injury at the loop factory, man. Unlucky. So I'm assuming they store this stuff. They probably store the stuff in a barrel. Like, that's where I usually store my lube, you know? I store it in barrels. Like, large ones. Is this where you store the lube? Yeah. Maybe we need to unlock the Giga Barrel. Sorry, I'm secretly just a 12-year-old, okay? This may not be a surprise to any of you. But I'm gonna cry and fill... I will unlock the large tank. There it is. I think it's worth it. I wanna... yeah. Store it in there. I wanna see that knocked to the brim.
A beaver goes on a blind date and meets a platypus. Things are going well, and they're really enjoying each other's company. Finally, they're all done and they ask the waiter for the check. The beaver pulls out his credit card and the platypus responds, "Put that away, the bill."
Put that away? The bill's on me? Are we making like... We're making beak jokes right now? I thought that one was gonna take a horrible twist at the very end, okay? I will be honest with you, but maybe I'm just, That was a remarkably polite one at the end. Thank you, Mickey. Well, the beak of a platypus is called a bill. Right. I gotta loop up my beavers. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. So we need sciencey bits. And then... oh, we need oil! Dude, I need barrels full of oil for this sort of thing. Okay. I don't have any oil yet. I need canola oil. In order to make lubrication, we need water and oil. And then we can make a large tank of the stuff and... I don't have any oil right now. I don't. I'm sorry. I just don't. Yeah, we need lubrication. It's important. How un-American of you. I apologize. I didn't know... I didn't know the necessity. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna get oil and lube. Those are basically my next two main goals in this game right now. Oil first, then lube. I've been putting little plant pots on top of every single one of these things right over here. I guess we can add a little decorative bit. Just like so. Oil and lube, yeah. Now, the problem is that I need to grow canola somewhere. But I guess this is a decent enough space. Yeah, we can actually get rid of this thing. And we might be able to put another farm down. There we go. And then maybe use this place over here for canola. Yeah, we can get oiled up. Here we go. I don't know, is that gonna be enough canola for oil production? Well, they've already started planting it, I know that much. I should probably also, now that I've actually taken care of the bad water situation over here for good, we can also start adding in the, where is it? The mangroves again. Use this tool. Yeah, so we can harvest it. Like, we don't want to cut it down. Yeah. Let's see. So we can plant down mangroves, just like so. Honestly, just fill the whole area up. How far do you reach? Oh, you reach the whole place? There's a drought approaching, but we are beyond that at this point. Yeah, mangroves it is. By the way, that was your first ever message in my chat, Moam. Like, you thought long and carefully about the message you would write. And your first ever chat message is, get oiled up. I respect it. Very nice. So what do they do with the mangroves? It's watered and healthy. Mangrove fruit can be eaten raw. Gathered by a gatherer flag. Oh, interesting. Okay. So do you reach? No. That's your first message in most streams you get to? Yeah? Get oiled up? You watch different streams than I do. I respect it. What's going on, Rumpus? What's up, hot guy? You say the words get oiled up a couple of times and new viewers immediately join the chat. I see how it is. I respect the grind, gentlemen. Okay. Nothing to do in range. Right, there will be something to do in range when the mangrove is done, okay? Likewise, though, that means we are gonna have to plant down a thingy over here where we're gonna start storing the mangrove fruits. Dude, we are gonna have so much food. It's crazy stuff. I'll keep making the spiraling staircase, so it takes them about 7 years to find dinner. Like, they basically have to burn off the calories before they find the food. This is like taking a bicycle to get to McDonald's. Maybe it's the correct build, but not a lot of people follow it. Why does it say nothing to do in range, though? Like, shouldn't there be mangrove fruit here eventually that it can pick up? Oh, this is a lumberjack camp. I'm dumb. That's why.
Why did the beaver get arrested? Property damage.
Very nice. I need to run a power wire up here. Now, how do I get a power line to go from the low ground up to the high ground? What is the best way of getting it done? So we have loads of power, obviously, on the low ground. Ba-da-da-do. We can do a little bit of we can do a little bit of spaghetti. I'm a big spaghetti guy. Whoa, what happened? Autosave messed me up, man. Alright, so I gotta figure out a way to finesse this thing up to the high ground. Now, the builder's hut can go wherever. This is just like a thing that just exists. Doesn't really have to be over here. We'll move the builder's hut. And likewise, I don't really need these two deep water pumps over here anymore either, because we have different locations for it now. Like, we have this big source over here. So whenever I need deep water, that'll be okay. I'll build one of them up, actually, and make it just very low priority. Right, so that means I have to figure out a way to go up. Now, I believe I can run the power through the tubeway station. If I'm not mistaken, we could, like, just build it straight up through the station, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to give this a shot. Power shaft? Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Yeah. Did I just plant down? Okay. Yeah, power. So does it reach to the other side? Because it is. Okay, I don't know. The moment of truth. Yeah, it does. We can just plug one of those things, apparently, and then send it straight up to the high ground. Okay. I have no idea how they're planning on building this, though. That's a bit of an issue. Maybe I should have been running this differently, but I guess now we're committed. Never back down, never surrender. Just keep going with the mistakes you've been making all this time. So that works. All we need to do now is build it over here. Honestly, it's not that bad. I thought this was worse. It's okay. This is not that bad. No, it's fine. It's fine. This will give them a way as well up to the high ground if they want to walk. Some people like to walk. Did you guys know that some folks even do like 10,000 steps a day? That's crazy. What's going on, Barnacle? Yeah, I had to restart the 24/7 stream on Twitch for a little bit, because there's an upper limit to how long you can do a 24/7 stream on Twitch. Apparently the upper limit is 48 hours. And at that point it will force you offline. So I did a quick little disconnect and reconnect on Twitch, and that seems to work. On YouTube you can just keep it running. But we were approaching like 40 hours or so, so I figured it's probably best to just quickly restart it so it doesn't shut down on its own. That seems to be the main bottleneck. Me remembering that I have to restart it. Yeah, I think with subathons you also have to manually restart it every once in a while. But maybe if you do it really quickly, it doesn't matter. Like maybe if you... I was wondering about that. I'll test it out next time. Like what if I just click the button and then immediately reconnect it again? Maybe Twitch will just cut it off, but the viewers will continue watching the feed? Yeah, I should probably just restart it every morning. That'd be the easiest thing to do. Yeah, I turned it off for like 30 seconds and then I booted it back up. But I probably should have just disconnected, reconnected, and then, you know, that would have sorted it out. Yeah, you have a disconnection protection built in on Twitch. But I don't know. Like, whenever your stream disconnects, you do, like, immediately lose, like, most viewers, it seems. It's kind of a mess. It used to be a bigger problem back in the day. Like, back in the day, Twitch would disconnect all the freaking time. And it was never entirely clear if it was my computer, or if it was, like, Twitch, or if it was, like, I don't know, right? These days, though, I guess they're running AWS servers. It's mostly stable. Oh, we have unemployed beavers. Yo! Time to turn on the gear workshops and the plank manufacturing and all the rest of it. I'll have to make some choices here because I have a lot of vacancies currently. We'll make you guys deep water pumping, okay? Let's see how that works. I have eagerly started swapping over all of my beavers to robots. But it may not always be efficient. Yeah, robots do seem to be a little bit better across the board. I can do 3 more. I would actually like all my lumber mills to be... Okay, how about that? Wouldn't mind it if I could open both of those little screens at the same time. Wouldn't be a luxury. Hey, it's my canola coming in. We're gonna turn this into oil, and then we turn the oil into lube. Get excited, beaver enjoyers. We are very nearly there. The time for oil is upon us. Next stop, lube. Oh, we've actually begun building a lot of this stuff too. So over here, I want to be storing grease. Over here, I want to be storing the water. Yeah, the water and canola oil. You know what? I'm actually gonna swap this over. This needs to be canola oil. And then for symmetry, I guess we'll add another one of these gigantic tanks that we can use for water. It's a nice little backup as well, right? Like in case we ever have like a weird drought or whatever, at least we will still have water. You gotta loop up your beavers. It's important, man. They work harder that way. The people need what they need. There's no shame in that. Hope you guys can build that thing. All right. How do we turn the canola dough into oil? What is the process? Because we have the canola seeds over here, but how are we, do we ferment it? No. An oil press. Squeezes oil out of plants. Okay. I see. Well, I did not quite build that in this area, apparently. But I can build it up on the high ground. Sorry, guys. I know I promised you rooftop terraces. Sorry, lads. We're getting rid of all of that, okay? Right. Oil. I mean, what's more important, the rooftop terrace or oil? Let's be real here for a second. So I also need to be storing my, Do I store that over here? No. Where do we store... Do we store it on one of those things? No. Wait, was it that correct thing? But I just didn't see it in time because I'm dumb? Canola seeds? Wait, is it canola seeds? Ah, it is canola seeds. Excellent. So this can be canola seeds then. And then we press the seeds into oil. I have no idea how many of, like, what the ratios are going to be or whatever. I could probably figure this out, but I can also just fix my bottleneck later on. Which I highly recommend. Doing math? No. Say no to math. We don't do that. We build something, we build it in some way that we may be able to expand on later on. And then if we are indeed bottlenecked, we figure out what the bottleneck is. Friends don't let friends do math, okay? It's very important. What are you, a nerd? Of course not. Your bottleneck is your brain? Ah. You do actually identify as a nerd? Yeah, fair. Me too, actually, but it's okay. Don't tell anybody. This is soybeans over here, too. Could definitely turn that on. Yeah, I'm actually full on canola seeds at the minute. Okay. So we can start emptying this tower over here. Move them to the other side. And then destroy this abomination of a bot assembler, because we're gonna reset everything up over here. Whoa, look at them go. This is them hauling the resources from one side to the next. We're gonna have way more storage available. We're also gonna have way more robots available, which is also good. Speaking of which, I should probably be charging them up over here too if I can. No. Like, this just makes more sense. It's a little ugly, though. Okay. Yeah, so we could run a little power line over here. And then build a couple of chargers. So how many chargers can we put together in one little spot? I think we just plugged the whole place. Is there a stranded beaver? Where? 2 stranded beavers. What are you guys doing? Okay, this guy is 44 years old. The other guy's 10. Oof. I was just saying, you know, like, maybe if they're... I think I'm gonna let them die, guys. Look, this is what happens during construction work, okay? You hate to see it. You hate to see it. But these things can happen. If we just look away... It's not a problem. Maybe. Morally, it may be a problem, but... Is there building priority in this game? Maybe. Did I set it up? No. They sometimes ignore it, though. The power of free will. Suddenly, when it's working against them, they don't like it anymore. And then they're all like, oh, Loco, come save us. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Okay, maybe I can actually just save you guys now. Yeah, if you're not gonna move... There we go. Fine, I saved him. I saved him. See? I'm the good guy. I'm out of metal blocks. Wait a second. I mean, we're getting loads of metal over here. What about the smelting? Where's the smelting happening? I have a smelter over here. I guess this guy is just busy. Yeah. He's just taking his time. Alright, so I think I'm going to be wrapping it up here. Robot beavers are the future, okay? Get those flesh beavers away. We don't want them anymore.